In the lead-up to 2026, Indian football players were reduced to recording videos on their phones, pleading with the world to save their sport. After losing matches to smaller neighbors like Bangladesh, they were begging fans just to show up to the stadium. It is a staggering fall from grace for a nation that once ruled the continent. During the 1962 Asian Games final in Indonesia, the Indian team faced South Korea in a stadium packed with 100,000 hostile fans. They didn't just play, they owned every blade of grass, winning 2-1 to become the champions of Asia. This dominance was the work of coach Syed Abdul Rahim. In 1956, Rahim pioneered tactical formations so advanced that the Brazilian national team only popularized them 2 years later during their own 1958 World Cup win. This technical edge propelled India to the Olympic semifinals and earned them a global reputation as the Brazil of Asia. Today, those glory years feel like ancient history. Despite bold public promises from corporate leaders to qualify for the 2026 World Cup, the national team has drifted further from that goal than ever before. How did a nation that once dictated the tactical future of world football fall into a state of permanent paralysis? Why are we moving away from global relevance instead of toward it? If you listen to the most common excuses, the answer is simple. Indian football is failing because it lacks money and government support. This chart shows why that excuse fails. Over 15 years, Reliance pumped in 4,500 crores, clubs paid 777 crores in fees, and broadcast deals added 700 crores. Over 5,000 crores poured directly into the sport. Yet all that capital failed to improve athletic performance or raise our international standing. The failure isn't about a lack of resources. It's about a structural breakdown, a broken playbook that allowed billions to be spent without building a future. To see how a successful sports economy actually works, look at the UK. Their system is an 11-tier pyramid connecting over 5,000 clubs, from local Sunday leagues at the bottom to the global spectacle at the top. This entire pyramid is powered by a single rule: promotion and relegation. If you win, you are promoted to a higher tier. If you lose, you are relegated. Every team's survival is based strictly on merit and performance on the pitch. The financial incentive to climb is massive. Moving up the ladder grants access to bigger crowds and more television money, with Premier League teams earning over £100 million per season. Look at Luton Town. They were a tiny, near-bankrupt club playing in a small ground. But because the ladder existed, they won their way through promotion after promotion until they reached the Premier League and its massive broadcast payouts. Even more famous is Leicester City, which climbed from Tier 3 to the Premier League and then did the unthinkable. They won the entire title, proving that any club can reach the top if they play well enough. This staircase gives everyone a reason to invest. Because there is a clear path to the top, the UK built a grassroots economy valued at £15.9 billion, supporting local stadiums, coaches, and physios in every town. India built the exact opposite. The Indian Super League, or ISL, is a glossy penthouse hovering in midair, with no stairs connecting it to the ground floor. The ISL is a closed franchise league where you cannot earn your way in. To join, clubs had to pay a massive franchise fee of 15 crores, effectively turning the top tier into an exclusive club for those who can afford the entry price. But here is the fatal flaw. Because these owners paid so much, they demanded a guarantee that they would never be relegated, no matter how poorly they played on the pitch. This decision abandoned India's legacy clubs, teams like East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, who operated on a competitive ladder for over a century. These historic clubs were forced to choose: either pay the exorbitant fees and surrender their names and logos to join the ISL, or stay in a poor, unglamorous league and slowly fade away. The tragedy of this system is best seen with Minerva Punjab. They won the National League as champions, but because the ISL had sawed off the ladder above them, they were denied promotion and given no path to the elite level. Ultimately, that 5,000 crore investment didn't build a football ecosystem. It created a closed shop where corporate safety, not athletic merit, determines who survives. When a system protects its members from the risk of failure, it stops being a sport and starts acting like a cartel. Without the threat of relegation, there is no economic pressure to innovate or improve. This is an economic trap. Real growth in a sports economy is built from the bottom up, by millions of players at the grassroots level, not by a few elite franchises at the top. This chart compares the two layers of the UK system. While the flagship Premier League generates £9.8 billion, the Grassroots Foundation generates £15.9 billion. The real wealth of the sport lives at the bottom of the pyramid. India has always had individual geniuses like Coach Rahim, but because we never built a system to develop and promote talent at scale, that brilliance is always short-lived. We have the money, we have the people, and the raw talent. To reach the World Cup, we must dismantle the cartel playbook and build a staircase that lets the best players in the country climb to the top.